In 2010, before you even in coaching games.
2010, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. You said you wanted to disprove the idea that you can't have fun coaching football at this level while still competing like crazy and winning. How much pride do you take that you were able to do it the way you wanted?
It wasn't very hard.
It wasn't very hard for us, and I mean, that's just been the way we've always done it. But it's been mistaken and misunderstood. I think a lot that we missed the point, and we don't realize the sincerity of it. That ain't what's happening around here. That's not how we do it. There's plenty of room to have the fun if you have an eye for it and if you appreciate it. And that's why Bobby is so important as one of the players that always reminds us. If we're not having fun, we're missing it. And I've said it, if we're not having fun, I'm totally screwing up. That's what I've always felt. And so. It's a constant. It's part of it. It's part of making the environment that you work in alive and sometimes uncertain. You don't know what to expect from what's going to happen next. It's like going. Okay, well, I'll keep going. It's like going into your high school class. Maybe it was a history class, and you had a teacher that was really unique. The music was playing, or there was something going on, and you could hear it as you're walking down the hall, and you couldn't wait to see what was going on that day. That's what this learning environment was supposed to be like. That every day you had to come in, and you didn't know what was going to happen, and because I needed to keep you at the very peak of your awareness and focus and all that. So that was just part of it.
Was there a moment or a game or a player that you knew that approach had taken hold, and you knew that it was working in the NFL?
That's a good question. No, I don't know that, Jen. I don't know that there was a moment. There was times back in the day. I realized back at SC, that we had something special, and because we were continuing to, we won so much they ruined me for life. It's hard to imagine when you can win 3 straight years, every game, keep coming back, summer times, the off season, all that stuff, and it wrecks you. I did want to say this too. There's never enough wins. There's just never enough. You win 15, you won 16. You won 16, you won 17. You won them all. And that's it's a curse, but it's also the blessing because it drives you in such manner. So.
Was there something in the NFL, like when you got to this team, where you knew that your approach had taken hold like that?
Let's give this the moment. If there's a moment, it was when we had the opportunity to play New Orleans. We're 7-9, and everybody's dogging us and all that about, you don't deserve to be there, and they're the world champions, and then we beat them right here, and we beat them in fashion, in style, and I think that was because we were talking like we were going to win that game, and nobody else thought we could ever win that game, and we went out there and put together, an effort that separated us, I think, and we were never the same from that point forward. So thank you for reminding me about that.
So how were you able to keep the culture evolving then through all the years after you established it?
No, you better ask these guys. I don't know. Yeah, it's constant. It's a constant competition for me, and just like everything else is. And so you compete on a regular, everyday basis. Brian Ayers and I trying to figure out what's next for the guys. How can we keep them going? And whether it was contests or shoot-offs or safe places or whatever it took, to just find ways to make it interesting and keep them guessing. Teaching environment. It's teaching, so we're trying to keep the students alive and thriving in the moments and all that. So that's a huge endeavor.
Coach, can you explain why it was so difficult over the last 2 or 3 years to stay so consistent? 2 steps forward, maybe 1 step back. Is it you?
We didn't. We lost our edge really, and the edge to be great, which was really how we ran the football and how we played defense. It wasn't as good as it needed to be, and y'all got tired of me thinking I'm 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You guys don't get it, and I'm sorry about that, but it's all part of the whole cycle of what you do when you put a football team together, and we weren't as clear in the last couple of years. And, it was just 3 years ago or 4 years ago, the 4 and 3 years ago, I think we were first in the league in rushing defense and 5th or 6th in rushing defense or something like that. We had back-to-back years there, which was one of the elements that you need. You need some special qualities about your team that separate you and make you an individual. And we kind of got in the mix too much. We weren't high-profiled enough in the crucial areas that we needed to be. So it was just always a pursuit. We're always chasing it and trying to get there.
When you go back and look at why you didn't have that edge or why you couldn't get over the hump in those areas, is there something that you think you could have done differently?
Yeah. I can share it with you.
Have you talked to the team at all? Have you addressed certain players?
No, these guys, we talked Monday, and, I said a lot of things Monday that I needed to say, but No, I'm looking forward to seeing them as we go forward.